Good morning, champions. Happy Wednesday morning, coming to you live from the 5 a.m. club, where we get up early and we conquer our morning to own our day. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday morning. And as you wake up hungry, right? Go to bed tired, wake up hungry, wake up ready to attack the day. You've got to have that positive PMI, right? Positive mental intent, or PMA, positive mental attitude, and just be ready to get after it. And I was talking with leadership yesterday, and I've had some conversations with a few of you, and this string in a day contest, right? The SAD Club. So many of you all are conquering it, and I guess what I'm trying to find the words to say, still early, is too often, and I think this contest can expose some of that. Some of you all watching this think you're putting in more effort than you actually are. And what I mean by that is if you actually went to SLS Connects and broke down what your day looked like, some of y'all would say I put in a full day yesterday, but if we went and reviewed the tape would say otherwise. And the tape is just us looking at your activity there. And so what I mean by that is when we talk about running our own business, if you were to start, right, ABC Insurance LLC, who would your first hire for ABC Insurance LLC be? And the answer to that question should be myself. So if you are your first hire, this is like a split personality type exercise, then you as the business owner need to look at that first hire and say, okay, what do I need this first hire to do expectation-wise, right? This is going to go for any business, a restaurant, anything like that. And the answer would be, okay, 8 a.m. I need this employee to be on the training call for an hour. Then I need them at exactly, so to go from training to the phones, right? And then I need them to do either 20 triple dials in an hour or an hour of talk time, right? Those would be the two extremes. And then somewhere in the middle is, 10 leads triple dialed and 30 minutes of talk time or whatever it is. There's a mix there 99% of the time. It's usually never both extremes. Although if you had an hour and a half presentation, then there would be an hour block in there where it is an hour talk time. And then you would look at that and you'd say, okay, this employee can have, this is standard job stuff, right? A lunch break and two 15-minute breaks. And that would be that, right? It's pretty simple. And those numbers would add up to, more than 5 hours of talk time. And those numbers over the course of a week would add up to success. And so then you as the business owner would break that down, and it would be pretty darn simple. And if the employee you hired, right, now you're running a business to make a profit, didn't do that, then you'd have to have a conversation with them or hire somebody new. Yet, when we are self-employed and we go look at the breakdowns, there's 10 breaks in there. So I just needed to get up and stretch my legs and do this and do that. But, the cashier at McDonald's doesn't get to go stretch their legs 10 different times. And the, person at the toll booth on the interstate doesn't get to take those breaks. So when we compare it to jobs that are way less lucrative than what we do, those individuals don't have that same freedom. And then that's when we come back and say, yeah, but that's why I took this job, because I want to be self-employed and I want to be independent and I want to do all that. But you've got to earn that. You've got to earn that through commissions. You've got to earn that through activity. You've got to earn that through, okay, I put in this 90-day grind to build up my business, build up my book, build up this, develop referrals and have all this in place so that then I can buy back my time. And I know I'm rambling a little bit this morning, but I just wanted to re-emphasize to everybody the point of part of being self-employed and being independent is being able to buy back our time. And how do we buy back our time? We do that by putting in the work. And so if you truly view this job like a business, and you truly look at it as, if I own this business, how would I treat myself? And you look at jobs that you've had in the past. Most of us have had some sort of job where we clock in and clock out, and you actually started to track your time like a punch clock, right? And put in, okay, I'm clocking in at this time. And then you actually have to physically write down clocking out and exactly how long you clocked out for. And then saying each hour my metrics would be tracked because I'm on the clock, then it really changes your perspective on this business. It changes your perspective on what your daily activity looks like. And then when you go look at SLS Connects on a daily basis and look at your own personal activity, it allows you to reevaluate that. So I know this is a longer 5 a.m. club than normal, but I thought it was an important topic and conversation as you continue to push through and you continue to strive to do string in a day and be in the SAG club. You continue to try and do 6 hours of talk time in a day, and you start to see that if you follow the system and you do all those things day in and day out, that the reward of that activity and that the results and that trusting the process and the system and all that, and that we don't let you fail, it all starts to add up. So when we talk about aspiring to be better today than we were yesterday, we've got to create a higher baseline for getting 1% better. If you only did an hour of talk time yesterday, I don't want you to get 1% better today. I want you to get 500% better today. But then once we hit that baseline, now we're just trying to make small micro improvements. We're trying to get a little bit better with our voice inflection, a little bit better with our PEC, a little bit better with our closing, a little bit better with our underwriting. That's what we're trying to do. And then that's when we talk about aspiring to be better. So let's have a fantastic Wednesday. I hope this hit home for a few of you. I'll see everybody soon. I'm out. Woo!